Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are joining us for this webinar that we are recording today. It's John Terry with Vision Advisors. And if I've not yet had an opportunity to wish you Happy New Year from all of us here at Vision Advisors, we want to say welcome to 2023. And we're excited to be here because in 2023, we're leading with freedom. We've invited our good friend James Marco from Legacy Marketing Group to come talk about a brand new product that's recently been released by Legacy that is going to get your attention. He's got some other things he's going to be sharing about a brand new honors program. It's a rewards program that's going to reward you in more than just money. And if you're tired of sitting on hold for hours trying to get a hold of a carrier, that problem for you is going to go away. So very excited about what we're going to be bringing to the table. And without further ado, Mr. James Marco, hadn't talked to you since last year. It's good to see you, my friend. I'm so excited you're with us. Let's talk about leading with freedom in 2023.
Thank you so much, John. Appreciate it. Hello, everybody. James here. We are going to talk about some updates, some new things in 2023. So there's a new product, and we'll get to that. But I have some exciting things to share. New minimum guarantees. There's really never been a better time. This only comes up every, 20 years or so, where you get this products with great minimum guarantees, great upside. Something just changed on January 1st, 2023. So there's a new guarantee. There's a new Legacy Honors program. It's a program. It's your program. We'll talk about that, which actually is going to give you a chance to get elevated service, concierge service. John sort of indicated, but I will say our business turnaround times are 2 to 3 business days. Applications in good order. We either can get it issued or get the transfer out promptly. If there's any bottlenecks in your business, now is the time. It's the best time, I think, right now, with a new minimum guarantee, with interest rates where they are, a new program from Legacy. Let's dive in a little bit. So there's a new product, and I want to touch on it. I sold the sister product to my own folks, and I'll share a story. It did great for us, great upside. But I have some other things I think before we talk about the new product is what it's got going on, and also your program. So let's just start with this is pretty quick. The new minimum guarantee is not 1 on 87.5. It's 3 on 87.5. Might be a little harder to see, but let me zoom in. What does this mean for your client? Over here to the right, it shows 117,539. You can look your client square in the eye, say at the end of 10 years, you get the greater of the minimum guarantee. 3 on 87 is 117 and change, or your account value. So let me show you another slide. Here's kind of the doomsday. This is the minimum guarantee offering the fixed bucket at 0.15. At the end of 10 years, if everything goes perfectly wrong, you never made any indexing, you only got the minimum guarantee, your client gets the greater of the account value performance or the 117,593. Clients love guarantees. You can show them the doomsday page. You can peel over to the projected page, which is right down here. Say that's the doomsday. Here we're hoping in the real world, at the end of 10 years, your account value is 157 or higher. There's the minimum guarantee. You can stick with the product, but the client gets to walk, if they want to, with the greater of this real minimum. It's 17.59% guarantee, make money guarantee, or the greater upside. The greater of the two. So that just went in effect January 1st. But you know what? I got more news. That could change quarterly. That's something new. We're used to things being set and it's stuck for the year. It's priced that way. There's another slide I won't go. It's micro print. But they bracketed the minimum guarantee to be between 0.15, which was on the illustration, and up to 3% on 87.5%. What is it today or for this first quarter in 2023? It's at the max. It's at the 3%. It doesn't get any higher. It could get lower next quarter because things are moving and changing so quickly in our world now. We can't do these things annually. We have to set it quarterly. So my point is this. Now is the best time. You have some of the best upside on the rates. You have the highest minimum guarantee contractually. Next quarter, I don't know if it's going to be the same or go lower. It's not going to get any higher. So that minimum guarantee and that value on the illustration, that's a real, hey, you're guaranteed to make 17.5 over the 10 years or the greater of. I'll show you on another page where the fixed bucket's over 4.5. I think it's 4.65. And rates will vary, but you're getting some very handsome guaranteed rates, some handsome caps. You have minimum guarantees because clients love what is my worst case doomsday scenario. So let's do a few other things as well. But what you'll see, and I want to circle back on, is LibertyMark has an optional fee to buy your upside. Even if a client pays this optional fee, and we'll get into that, it's just an option, and they pay this fee to buy upside, that minimum guarantee is still 117,593. Even if they chose to pay a fee to buy upside, you still get the standalone minimum. It's very powerful. Let me circle back on that. I want to talk a little bit about what's in it for you. I wanted to at least say, hey, the minimum guarantees the upside. The products are phenomenal right now. If you could choose what year to offer annuities once 1 year out of every decade, I think this would be the year. This would definitely be it. So we have a new honors program, and my call to action is all you have to do is enroll. Reach out to Vision Advisors. They can give you the link or the email. You click on it. It takes 2 minutes on average to enroll. And this is really leading with service, where we can give you an elevated service platform, concierge service if you hit some numbers with us. This might be exactly what you're looking for, right? As far as get my business issued and give me some stellar service. A lot of the products out there are all looking good. They're different flavors of ice cream. But when it comes to the combination, fresh new products, great new guarantees, a program starting January 1st, let's take a greater look at this. John, is there any other programs of this nature that you might be offering exclusively with Vision right now?
Well, James, I was going to mention a couple of things there and jump in on top of you. They'll be able to access this information directly from the incentive tab on our website. So when they go to visionadvisorsinc.com, they'll have access to the Legacy Honors program, and there will be a link for them to register while they're there. Now, one of the things we do to complement this program is we have, and many of our advisors already know this, we have a money to market program where we do marketing reimbursement based upon your production with Vision Advisors. So if you package the Legacy Honors program with money to market, you've got an opportunity to earn up to an additional 2% of compensation. 1% of that is going to come from the Legacy Honors program if you get the maximum that's there, and another 50 bips, potentially 100 bips with us as we're looking at doing some enhancements to our program. We'll be announcing more on that later as we're evaluating how we upsell and increase the value of our marketing reimbursement program in 2023. But worst case scenario, they're going to be able to make 1.5 points above street by having the opportunity to work with Legacy and to work with Vision.
I love it. That sounds great. The times are rich, people. Seriously, consider buying the product yourself. We'll circle back on what the comp is, the extra gravy, what the rates are. Agents are buying these products themselves. I think that's a very good sign. So let's meet the Legacy Honors program. This is for you. We want to honor you. We call it Legacy Honors, but this is your honors program. It's no cost to enroll. I want to encourage you to just jump ahead, go to Vision's website and enroll. You'll automatically get invited to some various learning forums we're having throughout the year. They're exclusive. You're going to hear about it months ahead of maybe everybody else. So enroll today to at least get your foot in the program, get invited to our learning forums where we can dive deeper. It's going to help you maybe close sales. It's only going to help. And then on top of that, we have extra commission that would be retroactive to January 1st. So it's the whole year. If you sold one of the Legacy product last week, get enrolled. We're going to count those dollars. So no worries there. It's at $2 million that you qualify for the concierge program. I'll make you a deal. Since you took the time here to invest, to go on this exclusive webinar with Vision, you tell me or tell John Terry you want in the concierge program to help you get, because you do $2 million and you're anticipating that. Let me know about who you are and I'll get you in this program. Put either gloves on, handhold you through your first couple laps. I want my internal team, especially if it's your first application, we can walk you through it. We want to give you elevated service. Just let me know you plan on doing $2 million and I will give you the concierge service. You do qualify technically at 2 million. And it's going to be, so I'll show you some of the rules on that. I'm going to flip around a little bit. Hope you don't mind. But this is cool. I like it. So we have great service at Legacy. We've built products. We've been doing it for years. So we'll give you gold service. But let me just go through a couple of the things. One of the big Legacy advantages is multiple carriers under one roof. I'm right here on that first line. We may be bringing on a fourth carrier. You kind of have everything consolidated, one website. There's an advantage in streamline your business. That we have 3 maybe going on 4 carriers in one. Just quickly, as you look at some of the things here that we offer everyone, some of the advantages just working with Legacy, as we're going to release. So if you hit the 2 million mark, we pay commissions that we pay daily to up to 35,000. We hold the balance past the free look period. It helps things out on a lot of fronts. If you're in the program, we'll release your commissions. On that note, and John, you're welcome to double down. 2 of our carriers take up to $2 million per Social Security number. No home office approval, no commission cuts. 2 million with one carrier, 2 million with another, $1.5 million with a third carrier. We can take up to $5.5 million if you have a jumbo case. If you have premium thresholds over that, then we can use a jumbo case. But you have 5.5 million, no commission hold if you don't want to have one, if you can just get in the program. For those, I think, who are doing some, manage money, monthly data fee to help you manage your commissions. Maybe if you're on the security side as well, if the data feed was that ingredient that your software needed for you to sell more annuities, well, this might help bridge that gap. Maybe this is what you kind of needed to manage your business. We're trying to curtail our business to yours, by the way. We have great customized advertising and things available to you if you want to add. Well, we can talk more about vision, about marketing yourself. But advance notice of product changes, rate announcements, special programs, get signed up. We're going to email you things, special programs, exclusive learning forums. It's good to be ahead of the curve, right? There's a dedicated 800 phone number coming soon. A lot of suitability. And let me talk quickly on that. And John, you're welcome to double down. We have a suitability help desk. And part of the concierge service, or just let me know, you can talk to a real person and fill out a suitability form. It does not need to be signed by the client. They put it in the tool, and from the given information, we can take the case or all the money. And now you can drive, 4 hours to go see a client. So we can do a suitability pre-review. If any of you agents out there have wrote up a case and it went sideways on you and you wish you knew more about it up front, or that we couldn't take the whole chunk or any of it, this is exactly what you're looking for. You may have a client that's got a lot of good things, but not a lot of liquidity. Let's fill out the case. Let's get it suitability pre-approved and then go see the client. That's going to be huge for you. So I'll kind of wrap up here. There's some extra speeds and some other things in force. Some other things, ask us what else you're looking for. And we have some additional programs. It's at 2 million, 5 million. I think there's some guidelines. Any questions on the overview? I think I'm going to go a little more into the comp. Any questions there, John?
No, I just want to say a couple of things I like about this program is you're not tied to one carrier's products. If you look at the handful of other competitors in the marketplace that offer a rewards program, it only works if you sell their products. And if they don't have a product that meets the client's needs and you've got to go sell that, you don't get to participate in their program. The neat thing about Legacies is you get to participate with Americo, Ameritas, and Integrity, Western and Southern, all in one package. And the second thing I'll touch on just real quickly is that pre-suitability tool. I can't tell you in 2022 how many cases producers lost because they didn't listen to us on the front end and they didn't go through a pre-suitability review. They just went out and took an app on their favorite pet project, come to find out there was not enough liquidity or there were other issues that resulted in either none of the premium willing to be taken or only some of the premium willing to be taken. And as a result of the client being disgruntled with the agent having to come back and apologize for making a mistake, they ended up not getting the business at all. So these are some powerful tools that are going to help you as a financial professional have an opportunity to up-level the quality of your service and know when you go sit down with a client because you've done that suitability review, this case is going through. That's powerful.
You're so correct. Those are the heartbreakers John, when I think we got a case and it goes sideways and we can't take all the premium and the client gets fed up and the agent. I mean, those are the heartbreakers
They are.
those ones that wrench me. I'd rather not go on the date if I'm going to get rejected so hard. So in the first place. So put us to work. What does all this mean to you? Streamline, make your business more efficient, waste less time, get more efficient with your time. That's all we have. It's our most valuable asset. We will reward you for taking some extra time, taking advantage of program. It's a win-win-win. So you can earn up to an extra percent. Let me just give you a few details so you don't bug John next month. Hey, where's my extra comp? We want to let you know up front. You need to enroll. $2 million does get you into the extra comp, but just enroll, get you in the program. Worst thing that happens is you get extra information to help you get or ramp up to 2 million this year or next. It is going to be on a semi-annual basis. So on June 30th, we're going to look at all your cases and where you're at. We're going to pay it out. On December 31st, we're going to look at the entire year. And if you need to get paid more on that first chunk of business, let's say you do a couple million by June and you get a quarter point on that, but then you crank it up. So this is the cheddar. This is the gravy or the icing on the cake. The service is really in the educational forums is what we're leading with. But as you go along, what's wrong with a little comp? Remember, John's got that. Is it money to market? So this is going to be on top of it. I'm going to show you the comp on the product in the fixed bucket. And you might have that, shoot, I might just want to buy this for myself or my spouse. This is what's happening right now. So is your quarter point, if you crank it up by year end and you end up at 9 million, we're going to pay the 75 bips on that first chunk. So we're going to true you up the 50 bips on that 1st of June. At the end of the year, you'll get 75 on the remainder. You're getting the whole 75 bips if that's what you qualified for your premium for the year. We're paying it twice the year. That's the program. You hit 12 man. Well, welcome to Legacy and fantastic year. It's a point on the entire thing. I don't know. We might ask you. I don't know. We might give you an interview and ask you at that point, what do you think of the program and all the other things? And maybe I don't know. I might have to quote you or something on one of these calls. So there is some richness involved. This isn't really about the comp though. It's really about you and the service and getting the elevated. So we want you to fall in love with the service at Legacy. That's the lead. And by the way, if we can float you a couple of extra checks, if we can bring on another carrier, as John said, you have this advantage, multiple carriers under one roof, same suitability team. So you might change from carrier to carrier. And we do have a little discrepancy. They all have their own little flavors and product suite. So that is kind of the basis of the program. Let me see if there's anything else on that. Then I'm going to touch on the product briefly, really, because this is more about what's new in 2023. Does include the new product, which I think I touched on. We have a new 3% on 87.5%. It doesn't get any higher. Maybe I should flip the product. What do you think, John? Is it time to give them a little taste of, we got concierge
I like
program?
this new product. I would love to get in just a few minutes and let's talk about, because many people remember LibertyMark, but for some producers that said, my clients aren't really interested in paying a mandatory fee, but they like the idea of the upside. Now with LibertyMark Freedom, they've got the opportunity to do either or.
Bingo. There we go. So I'm going to skip the Legacy commercial. We build product. We don't have a rating. Our carriers like America, they're the A-rated 100-plus-year-old carrier. They've come to us and we've built a phenomenal product. This is the next generation. John just said it has an optional fee. I sold the original with a mandatory fee. 2 years later, due to the fee, my folks made over an 18% return. We really like that fee in that low interest rate environment, what it did for us. But now the greatest strength of the product, the fee, is actually sometimes the objection. We made it an optional. So Legacy, we build product. You want to work with your IMO. We take all our agents through IMOs like Vision. I'm going to skip some of the stuff. I think I did the bullet points here. Here's that simplified one agent, one website, an innovative product design. We've been doing it. We're the originator. So, but more importantly, it's Americo for over 100 years, A-rated, American-based, exactly what you're looking for in your insurance carrier. There's never been a better time. They were in business. They're over 100 years old before that last pandemic, the Spanish flu. Tell your client that. They were in business when that Spanish flu happened in 1918. They've been through pandemics. They've been through world wars. It's what you're looking for. in your insurance carrier to insure your money. A-rated, got a great story, more than a century experience. So John was just saying, here's the original. I sold it to my folks and it was awesome. It did great. It performed. It paid a claim, by the way, and they exceeded my expectations professionally and personally, because we paid a claim from the death of my own father. Index gains vest till death. My own mother was surprised with 5,000 more as a death benefit than I told her. Pretty powerful. I don't want to get too emotional here, but there's little things in this contract I'm going to tell you about. Index gains vest to death. When you see it in action and your client, your mom gets surprised with more money a couple days sooner than anticipated, look at the smile on my face. It's really neat. There's no market value adjustment. Some of you might go, really? There's products still like that? Yeah, there's these little things, I call them, that add up to a big thing, which is a clean product, no MVA. Sometimes you're surprised with a larger death benefit. I love it. That was all the same features of the original LibertyMark, but I said the biggest strength of the product was this built-in fee because it produced good numbers. The biggest objection was the built-in fee because not everyone wanted to pay the fee. So there is no built-in fee. It's purely optional at a strategy level. Repeat, it's purely optional. They never have to pay a fee, or you don't ever have to pay a fee. It's an optional fee. If they don't use or choose the fee today, down the road, you can reallocate and pay a fee then. Yes, you can go in the fixed bucket at 4.65 today if you think and get in this good interest rate environment. And a year from now, when you do your annual review, or 2 years from now, if and when the market drops and resets, and if you want to index and pay a fee on the way back up, aha, so you get it. You can reallocate. Clients they never seem to remember that, but they have the freedom to choose a fee or no fee now. Years later, do your annual review. You'll pick up more business. They can choose to pay a fee. And if you can get your client to say, what you're saying is I never have to pay a fee, but if it makes sense down the road, like another bull run, absolutely. You can choose to pay this optional fee. There's some new strategies. The S&P bucket is off the chart right now. The fixed bucket is. We have proprietary indices with further upside. So this fee and no fee option can maximize upside. Reallocate. Don't pay a fee ever. Pay a fee every year, or switch back and forth if you decide. There is an upfront premium bonus. So there's up to a 7% bonus. It's applied fully day one, dollar one, no vesting. Again, talking about a clean, simple product. Currently, we're selling more of the no bonus with the higher rates and caps. The trade-off is give me a 7% bonus. For example, that fixed bucket that was 465, I think drops to 3 point something, and all the indices drop. So you get the trade-off of the bonus or go for the higher earnings potential on the caps.
And James, I'll mention just real quickly for the audience that we've got a special training on the Vision website and our YouTube channel about when to use the premium bonus and where it works and where it's most effective and where the non-bonus products actually outperform. So I would encourage producers, if they got a question on do I or do I not use a bonus, we've got a very specific training on that that's available on our YouTube channel. And I think it's called To Bonus or Not to Bonus. That's the question. Yeah.
I'm writing that one down. I want to check that out. So the bonus is available through age 80. My kind of default is, when you look at that 1% difference in the fixed bucket and the bonus is 7, the fixed bucket's going to make up that bonus in about 6 or 7 years. You Absolutely. Got an 80-year-old, you want to give the 80-year-old the bonus up front because you don't think their time horizon is going to get beyond 6 or 7 years. Mm-hmm. I can buy that. You got a 50 or 40-year-old that you want to skip the bonus and you think the odds of them living 10 years to make up the difference is very high. I'm on board with that too. There's really no right or wrong answer, but I'm going to check out that the bonus or not the bonus. That sounds good. Call Vision about this awesome 30% death. There's an optional rider. It's 30 bips. It adds 30% to the attained value. It's so good. We got to do a separate webinar on it. You need a death benefit. It is the best in town. Compliance doesn't like me saying best. I'll say best on this one. 30 bips buys 30%. Call Vision on it. Actuarial, I think I got that. Actuarial speaking, it's phenomenal. No market value adjustment. So, John, I'm just going to skip on by these huge features. Agents, if you know what this means, index gains vest to death. If you know what it means right now to get a product in a high interest rate environment, let's say you have a client who needs to surrender it in 5 years. It's not the plan, but they need to surrender. Most products have a market value adjustment. So in addition to a surrender penalty, you might have some other snake in the grass that, ouch, how come my surrender is not 5%? Why does it look like more? That would be a market value adjustment. A good thing when you buy in a low interest rate environment and surrender in a high, but right now we're in a higher interest rate environment. 5 years from now, if the rates are lower, this could have a negative impact, but it won't here with LibertyMark Freedom. I'll move along, but when I do live events, I'll say no MVA, look around the room, and then start to click, and one person almost say, wait a second, are you sure? No market value adjustment? Appreciate it right now in this higher interest rate environment. Did I mention this is the best time ever? If you can get a no MVA product in a high interest rate environment with a substantial minimum guarantee, your agent commission is pretty strong too. I think there's never been a better time. Speaking of commission, I'll show a slide in a second. We have a 10-year and a 7-year. The 10-year offers the bonus, that 7% bonus. The non-bonus is $2 million over here on the right-hand side. We're jumbo case friendly with the bonuses up to $1 million. We are landing some monster cases, and I hope you do too. Give us a call, swing it our way. We'll get a suitability pre-review and hopefully take the full $2 million, and we're cooking. Older clients, it's $1 million. Minimum is 10. It's a single premium product if you're curious to know about that.
And you could write the death benefit on a 75-year-old.
Yeah, there's a death. Ask about the Heritage Max or that death benefit rider. What's that 30%? So there's a death benefit bonus. You got to die to get that one, but it's great. Or here's that upfront premium bonus. Read the slide. Fully credited day $1 no vesting schedule. Does this remind you of those index annuities from 20 years ago? There wasn't vesting bonuses. It was this. It's just more, it makes more sense, right? You want a bonus? Here it is. Boom. Your 100,000's 107. Your $1 million, you just made 70,000. Your $1 million is 1,070,000. It's as simple as that. Can never be recaptured outside the free look period. I don't know if you're familiar with clawbacks or some contracts you make a withdrawal and they try to claw back. None of that exists here. This is what you want. Straightforward, simple, easy, no market value adjustment. Let's move forward. Easy access. I take this for granted. You have bailouts built in. Biggest objection we hear is still liquidity right now. What happens if I get COVID? If you get confined, we have bailouts to waive penalties. We have low penalties. Right out of the gate, if you're confined for 90 days, there's emergency exits. That is a major, so I shouldn't gloss over it. Ours are very similar to my competitors. I wouldn't say they're the standout. The standouts are the no MVA and all these other features, this death benefit rider, an optional way to pay, and the rates and caps. So let me see if I can flip over here. Sorry if I make you sick. I think I want to show you another doc if I can. Optional fee. Yeah, I think I will do. I'm going to stop share for a second. Okay, let me see if I can get you back here. See the quick reference sheet on the screen, John?
I do. Yes, sir.
All right. There's a lot going on here, folks, but let me just give you a quick taste. We have a 10-year, in some states, the light version, like California, where I'm at. Plus means bonus in the world. There's the bread and butter of our industry, if you can see it on my screen. We have an annual cap. It's strong. What does 875 do over time? You can make about over 6% historically. It's great. If the client wants to pay a fee, they can buy their cap up to 13.85. We can illustrate it for you. They should net out ahead. There it is. If you do the bonus version, instead of your cap being 875, what's the trade-off? 7. So instead of a 7% bonus up front, you get a 7% cap. So you're ahead out of the gate, but that can be made, the difference can be made up over time. Let me show you a couple of the proprietary ones. If you want to look for what to illustrate, the 1-year SG CARA, 2-year SG CARA, those are the most popular proprietary ones. But I wanted to show you this too. Fixed rate is 4.65. your client can reallocate. How does 4.65 sound guaranteed and next year reallocate? Not too bad from the interest rate environment. What about this 3.4? If you do the bonus version, that's the fixed bucket. So here's the trade-off. Do no bonus, get the higher fixed bucket. 7 years later, you're ahead. Get a 7% bonus. If you want to throw it at fixed at 3.4, you can get a guarantee of the bonus in that for the first year. And then you can reallocate into fee or not to fee from there. You're on your way. Something worth pointing out here, and I think I'm not really leading with my commission, but I want you to have an epiphany here. If you sell this product to yourself and you're 70 and under, maybe you're a little older, you make a 6.75 comp street. If you throw it in the fixed bucket, that's 4.65. I also have that program. John's got his program. Start adding up these numbers here, and what you might see is if you sell the product to yourself, you're in they're all in, folks. You are out of the gate. Your head's above water. You're making money. You've locked in a high interest rate environment. I mean, if you don't believe me, the light penalties are even lower. At most states, the penalties are really, really tiny. I mean, it's just too good of a deal right now, basically. So go for it. If you want to sell it to yourself or a family member, I mean, if you do it to yourself, add just the fixed bucket and your comp and the penalty, and you're going to say, wow, the things are looking great right now. So on that note, John, we should probably wrap it up here. I went a little longer, but to summarize, January 1st, new minimum guarantees. The rates are at the highest that they've ever been. So the guarantees, the minimums, and the floor and the ceiling are at the very highest. I got a program up to a point. He's got a program for a half a point. If you add it all up, like I kind of insinuated I just did, it is a very, very rich time for you as the agent and a great time for your client to buy and lock in these great rates, because I don't know where they're going to be next year, next quarter, or in a couple years. Your client I want them to say, I wish I would have put more money in that. And you're going to have to say, sorry, it's a single premium. I wish you put more money in it too. If that's our biggest problem or objection, I'll take it, John.
Absolutely. Hey, James, thank you for your time. You know, I was thinking as you were having the conversation, talking about this new product, this LibertyMark Freedom, about the Gen Xers, the children of the boomers. Over the next 5 years, those Gen Xers are going to be inheriting some $36 trillion worth of wealth as their silent generation grandparents, the ones that are left, pass on, and then the early boomers start to die away. 68 trillion is going to transfer over the next 15 years, 36 trillion in the next 5. As these Gen Xers, currently ages 43 to 58, are getting that inheritance, they got to figure out what they're going to do with this money, because they're going to live not 20 or 25 years in retirement. They're going to live an average of 30 to 35 years. So the opportunity to take the money they've received from mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, throw that into a product like this and allow that to grow over time is going to allow them to make the money they're going to need to have for the 30 to 35 years. It's going to be retirement for them. It is a huge opportunity to begin to accumulate the wealth they're going to need. So when they do get ready to retire, they're going to have the money they want and need to enjoy their lifestyle. So this is a prime time for a product like LibertyMark Freedom. And there's a market segment out there that is going to have some unique opportunities over the next 5 years to play into a product like this. So don't miss those sales opportunities as you're looking for who's my next prospect and where's my next sale. It may not be the boomer, but it very well likely could be the Gen Xer that is going to be inheriting this wealth over time. So James, I want to say thank you. We're excited about 2023. We've got multiple marketing programs that we put together. Matter of fact, we're setting at 12 different marketing initiatives that we've got available to producers that want those, including a brand new financial literacy program where you can actually go into the business owner marketplace and have an opportunity to engage with business owners and work with them to offer financial wellness workshops in their business and get in front of all their employees. It is a powerful tool that we brought to the table that's proprietary to us, that we put together with our own content. Very excited about that, among many of the other things we're doing. So with that, on behalf of all of us here at Vision Advisors, James, I want to say thank you. We appreciate our long-standing relationship with Legacy. You've been a good friend. You've been a good help to a lot of our agents over the years. Thank you for that. And on behalf of all of us here at Vision Advisors, thanks for joining us. Have a profitable 2023. We look forward to serving you soon.